My name is Robin A. I've lived in Galloway Hills for the last 50 years. My specialty, work-wise, is in natural history, and in particular fish and aquatic life. And I've been involved in farming and forestry issues and land use practice through that time. Talking about energy use, I like to think back to the distant past when humans had barely any footprint at all. After the Ice Age, families used to camp down on the shorelines of the Solway, eat flounders and shellfish in the winter time. And then in the summers, the families would nomadize up the River Dee and the tributaries, eat birds' eggs, and hunt deer and so forth. And it was all very balanced for several thousand years. And then about 5,000 years ago, farming started coming in. And again, small farming was also pretty much sustainable. So, okay, the forests got a bit cut down, and they had to be protected eventually. But small farming was again sustainable for the last 5,000 years, based on initially on families with their small number of cattle, and then moving on to the medieval era where you had big landowners and the poorer people just with their 1 or 2 or 5 cows. A very simple life. Again, just basically sustainable. And it's only when we come into the modern era when we start seeing energy use big time. Increasingly, the rural areas have been dominated by these big companies, and local communities have shrunk. There are probably less people now, far less people now than there were in most of the Stone Age living in this part of the world in Galloway. So today it's increasingly a patchwork of company interests. You've got forests, windmills, and the hydro systems. And less people than there have been for thousands of years.
You got him steady?
Is that steady?
Don't move, Sophie. Joe Ray, I work on several local estates around here, and I am a farmer and forester. I look after livestock, I look after the land, grow crops, livestock as well. So adapting what we do to be more sustainable, there's several different things that have been brought out. Min-till for the arable side of things is one of them, to stop soil germination and stuff like that, to capture the carbon. Also with the sheep as well, they're obviously kept out more and the forestry's on a better plan. Yeah, I do care about the environment. It plays a big impact into what we sort of do, and we all want to get better and be more sustainable. In that aspect, yeah, there's better ways of doing it than what the government are saying, but yes, we are doing it. Wind farms, I think, is probably the best sustainable source we have currently at the moment. Wind farms, yes, a lot of people don't like to see them because they don't maybe look the best, but compared to solar panels and forestation of land that is being taken out of agricultural uses, we're losing more land, whereas at least with wind turbines we can still farm underneath, and we're only losing a percentage of the ground instead of all the ground if it was forested or solar panels were put onto land.
Is that your main issue with solar panels, that they take up a lot of space?
Yeah, so my main issue with solar panels is it helps the rich get richer, let's be honest. You can sell your land, especially where I'm from back in Lincolnshire, you can sell your land for a premium above market value, and it is good quality grade land that is producing good food, it produces a lot of vegetables and stuff like that. They are taking them up and basically planting them with concrete with solar panels on to produce electricity, which I haven't got a problem with, I'm all for that. But we have a big amount of built up areas, new homes going up, new warehouses going up, they all have roofs. Why don't we put the solar panels onto the roofs? Everyone's going on about climate change at the moment and everything else. With the more acres of concrete we put down, no matter how much it rains or doesn't rain, that land is used to absorb the water so we can get it back out to sea through drains and everything else. Concrete doesn't absorb water. Water runs off, and that's why we get flooding.
I'm Sophie and I work at Galway Scottish Pasta.
What is it you do?
I work as a pasta maker, so I just make the pasta, shake the pasta, sometimes bag the pasta. As a business, to be more sustainable, we don't use semolina flour, which is usual in pasta. We use oat flour and wheat flour, 20% oats, which is from Kirkcaldy, and 80% wheat flour, which is milled in the UK with a pinch of Ayrshire sea salt. So reduced food miles as well as it being vegan, so again less emissions that way as well. Environmental sustainability is a big issue. As a young person, it is a big worry with all the natural disasters going on because of the climate. I think the council could do a lot more than what they're doing now for tackling climate change, as they've brought in recycling bins in the area, and they have brought in helping people out with money with buying like heat pumps and solar panels, but that doesn't affect my family. We can't claim that, so I think it's important to be able to help everyone achieve these things, which they're not doing, so definitely a whole lot more they could do.